Right.
anyone else that's living with a chronic disease, what would you say to them? Or do you have
Ah,
any advice or any recommendations on getting through life knowing that they have this chronic condition that they'll
right.
have?
Right. So I think about this when I think about this question, I think about what I think I would have benefited from in the beginning had I known. And so
Yeah.
there are probably three different areas I would look at. So the first one I would say is live life based on your new normal versus where you were at one time. And so it makes sense when you look at it from a different standpoint. As a personal trainer, I work with men and women. And so oftentimes I'll get men who come in at 60 years old and say, hey, I want to get back to where I was when I played football. It's like, okay, when did you play? When I was in Little League. Well, you're 12 years old. That's a little different, but we can try to
Yeah, that's a
get you
great point though.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so if
I love that.
you can look at your new normal, then it takes the pressure off of feeling as if, man, I'm so far behind because this is your process. And that takes me into the
And
next. Oh, go ahead.
well, let me interrupt you before you get to the
Yeah,
next
go
one. That
for it.
could be true too for anyone who's wanting to start like an exercise program, like you said, an exercise program, or
Absolutely.
like start eating healthy or doing whatever. When you take it all the way back to like, oh, what I was doing when I was five,
Right, right.
you're not there. You have to always start from where you are now in this
Exactly.
moment. And so that's beautiful. I
Exactly.
love that. Okay, what's the
Exactly.
next one?
Well, I would say don't let the disease define you. Okay. Because oftentimes you mentioned it before, like I have such and such. Well, that's true that
Mm,
you do have it, but that isn't you. It enhances who you are, but it doesn't define who you are. And so I found that to be so empowering once I was able to say, you know what, this is just a part of who I am. And this is just a part
yeah.
of me, but it doesn't define who I am. And it kept me empowered as a result of that. So I can move forward. And so the last one I would say is, okay, so I want to be delicate when I mention this one.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So don't allow someone else to hijack your progress. Okay, so
Mm,
oftentimes there are a lot of well-intentioned individuals who will come in and say, well, you should really be further along. Well, no one has your same background, no one is experiencing your
mhm.
same experience. Even if they have the same disease or diagnosis, they don't have the same background, experiences, psychologically, mental clarity of whatever's going on, family
Yeah.
dynamics. And so it's very important for the individual, I would say, to look at your progress as being your progress, and you know what steps forward is a positive step for you and how long that will take.